to our Goal High School live event. We're so excited to have you join us this evening, and we hope to be able to answer all of your questions and share with you what makes Goal High School such a wonderful place for students to come and to be supported and learn, and what you should look for in an online education. So I'm Dr. Constance Jones, the Chief Executive Officer for Goal High School, and my colleagues are now going to be introducing themselves.
So hello, good evening families. I am Jill Toussaint. I am the Chief Academic Officer here at Goal Academy, Goal High School, and I'm really excited to spend some time with you this evening, hopefully being able to answer all of your questions about the amazing things we do here at Goal.
Hello everyone, my name is Ramon Arriaga. I'm our Director of Student Support Services here at Goal High School. I will also be moderating this live event and kind of going over how tonight's going to go. So if I may, we are welcoming all of your questions. So if you're on our website, please utilize our Ask Question button, our Ask Question box, and we will answer those questions. If you're on Facebook, please just type in a comment there on the Facebook link, and we will get to those questions. We anticipate a lot of questions being asked, and we will do our best to answer every single question live. However, if we do not get to all your questions, we will be more than happy to follow up with an email to you directly to answer that question. Also, during any time of this presentation you feel the urge to enroll, please visit our website at goalac.org and click on Enroll Today and start your enrollment process. So Dr. Jones, that's what we have today. Okay. And Jill, we look forward to this exciting afternoon. So let's start off with a quick announcement from our school.
2020 has challenged the educational system, but Goal High School hasn't missed a beat. We've been pioneering and perfecting online education for over 13 years. Each student is given a laptop and internet access to complete their courses. Goal supports students either virtually or in person with local teachers and support staff.
I am so thankful that Goal is here for my son. In these uncertain times, we all have a lot to worry about, and our children's education shouldn't be one of them.
Choose Goal High School. Call or visit us today at one of our 36 student drop-in centers throughout Colorado.
Thank you. So I would like to begin by just sharing about who is Goal. And I'd like to begin with our mission statement, which is to develop productive members of society. And our vision is helping all students achieve their full potential in a caring, supportive, and personalized environment. At Goal High School, all of our staff and students live by our mission and vision. And it means more to us than just words on a page. Our mission to develop productive members of society really means that we at Goal are very committed to ensure that all of our students not only graduate from high school with their high school diploma, but they have a plan for the future. And we work to provide a variety of programs to help them introduce them to their passions and the careers and opportunities that they will have after they graduate. And we'll be sharing a little bit more about that in the upcoming hour that we're with you this evening. And so I'd like to begin by explaining that Goal High School serves students in grades 9 through 12, and we will take students all the way up through the age of 20. And in fact, if you have been a Goal student and you weren't able to finish your high school diploma while you were with us, if you return even over the age of 21, we'll accept you back because we're very committed for you to finish your high school diploma and move on with your life with a plan. We're happy to share with you that we're a performance-rated high school, which means in the state rating system for Colorado, they grade schools actually on performance based upon their academic performance, their financial performance, their rating with attendance, graduation rate. There's a wide variety of measures that go into a rating at the state level. And Goal High School has been ranked as a performance school, which is the highest ranking that you can receive for a high school. And we're very proud of that, and we're very proud of the staff who've worked hard to make certain that's happened and that our students are performing well. We have been in existence for 13 years, which means that we have worked really hard, and we've learned a lot along the way on what it takes to be an online high school. And at Goal High School, we're more than just an online program for students. We have 36 drop-in centers throughout the state of Colorado, and we value our drop-in centers because they provide a safe and secure place for our students to come to receive tutoring and support, counseling, and all of the things that goes into helping a student be successful and stay on track to graduate. And we'll be talking a little bit more about our sites in just a minute. We serve over 5,000 students at this point across the state of Colorado. Our students come to us for a wide variety of reasons. They come because they're interested in concurrent enrollment, and we'll provide that support for the students as early as the freshman year. And they will come perhaps because they have been struggling and just don't feel that the traditional high school is a good fit for them. In this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's been even more important to try to find a safe and successful program to be able to stay on track for high school. So we're finding a lot of students are choosing to join us because they know that they can not only receive their classes online, but they'll get that important support that goes along with being successful. As I mentioned, we are statewide, so our 36 drop-in centers range from all the way from the Greeley, Fort Morgan, Sterling, Fort Collins in the north, all the way through the west to Grand Junction and Craig and Clifton, Colorado, all the way through Denver and the Colorado Springs, the Pueblo area, and as far south as the Trinidad site, Walsenburg, all the way out to the Four Corners of Alamosa, Durango, Pagosa, Cortez, and Lamar, La Junta. So if you look on our website, you'll see that our sites are located strategically to be convenient for students to be able to drop into our centers at any given time. And so at this time, we're going to get more specific into our model and ask Jill Toussaint to share with us about the specific model in our sites.
Definitely. Thank you, Dr. Jones. So at Goal Academy, our model is very specific and unique. As Dr. Jones talked about, we are a blended online high school serving students grades 9 through 12 and up to and through the age of 20. Depending on when students start with us, we have a very unique model to allow for students to stay into their years if they've been with us to still be able to continue to work towards their high school diploma. Our model is different in that the majority of our curriculum is delivered online. So Goal High School offers the majority of curriculum online for students, and students can connect with teachers and coaches and other students online. But we also have drop-in sites around the state. So a lot of people ask us, and one of the common questions we get is, what exactly is a drop-in site? So a drop-in site is a center where students can go to receive tutoring from staff members to work with them if they happen to need help face-to-face. They can receive social emotional support working with our counseling team, our social workers, and our social emotional generalists that are in the sites. They also can go to the sites just for a consistent place to go and learn and work with other students their age if that makes them comfortable. So the sites really give that option to students. And by having those sites, it helps us to be located really close to where our students are. One of the things that makes Goal High School unique is that all of our staff are located within regions around and surrounding students that they serve. So unlike some of the other online schools where a student might be located in one part of the state and their teacher be, miles away in another part, our goal staff members are located within the same areas and same regions as their students to be able to provide that face-to-face support and be able to work with students face-to-face in our sites. At Goal, we use Schoology for our learning management system, so it allows students to have one place to log in and one consistent place to go. So students aren't being sent all over the place when logging into curriculum, but they know they can go to one place to communicate with staff, to communicate with each other, and to get their curriculum that's needed. Goal also makes sure that there's no reason that students would ever not be able to access their curriculum by providing a laptop computer along with internet access for any student who needs it. So we give them hotspots. We work with some great partners to ensure our tools work and have a seamless experience for our students. One of the partners that we work with is Microsoft. Microsoft has provided us over the last several years a very welcoming environment online for students so that their login is consistent. When you log into your computer, you essentially are able to log into everything with that same Microsoft account, which really helps for a seamless effort on students' part so that they always know where to go and how to get there. We also work with our partner in T-Mobile that provides us with hotspots for our students so that no student would ever go without having the internet access that they would need to be able to do their schoolwork. When we talk to kids and ask them and get their feedback, both of these partnerships have been very valuable in the success of our students and them being able to feel like the Goal environment, the online environment is welcoming and really easy to use. It helps to cut back on confusion because students know exactly what to do and when to do it. We also work with our students very hard in the beginning of the school year or when our students enroll to ensure that they go through a robust orientation process. One of the things that we know can be very frustrating for students that are starting in an online blended model such as Goals for the first time is feeling like they're not sure exactly what the expectations are or how to access their curriculum. So all Goal students at the beginning of the school year, whether they're brand new to Goal for the first time or they're returning to Goal from a previous year, go through an orientation process. We call this process our Gladiator Connection course. And this helps students to get acclimated with their expectations, helps them to learn how to use the tools for chats with teachers such as Teams. It helps to teach them how to navigate through their Schoology classroom to be able to find all of the information that they'll need to access their teachers and courses. And coaches do an amazing job to really help students feel welcome. So coaches, what exactly are coaches? At Goal Academy, we have academic coaches that support our students so that they have a pod that they're connected with and have consistency. We try to keep our students with the same pod year over year so they can work with the same coaches throughout their whole experience while they're at Goal. For some students starting as early as their freshman year, they might be with Goal for 4 years. For other students, depending on when they come to us, they might only be with us for a year before they graduate from high school. But either way, we want to make sure they have a caring adult in their life and they have a way to reach somebody and that somebody is there to always help them and work through anything that they need help with while they're here at the school. Throughout Goal High School, we have a little over, I think a little under actually at this point, 500 staff members that work to support our students, from academic coaches to teachers to principals and assistant principals to counselors and counseling assistants, to work within the sites and to work directly with students. Our ratios at Goal Academy are quite impressive for an online program. Our academic coaches have a ratio of anywhere from a 1 to 35 to a 1 to 40 student that they work with, that they can really build that personalized relationship with that student and get to know your student and get to build a good, healthy relationship with your student to help them through their high school years. And Goal teachers during a quarter system carry anywhere from 150 to 200 students during that quarter. That's right, quarter system. So quarter systems are a little bit different than what you maybe have seen in traditional high schools. Over the years, as Dr. Jones said, we've been operating for 13. we've learned a lot about certain things that really help students in the online environment. So Goal High School breaks our school year into 4 quarters, and students take 3 courses per quarter, earning half a credit per course per quarter to reach their graduation requirements of 22 credits in a 4-year period. This also helps students to not feel overwhelmed by having too many courses in which they have to focus on. We found that 3 is really a good sweet spot for our students. 3 courses help them to really focus on that work, help them to get that work done, and not feel like they have too much that they're taking on in a quarter or semester period. And that's been really beneficial for our students. So hopefully that has answered a lot of questions about our model and how we work to support our students in the online environment here at Goal High School. But I'm going to turn it over to Ramon to see if we have any live questions that we can answer for you all now.
Thanks, Jill.
Yep.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Very well done. We do have a few questions.
Okay.
Dr. Jones, this first one's for you. Dr. Jones, why did you choose to lead at Goal High School?
Well, that's a wonderful question. I love our mission. I love the fact that we are helping students finish their high school program of studies and earn their high school diploma. Many of our students come and they come without the confidence to be sure that they're going to be able to graduate. And we have a remarkable staff that is very committed to just stay with them until they see it through and finish their high school diploma. And so I believe it's the mission of our school that really convinced me that Goal High School was the place to be.
Wonderful. We're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Ms. Toussaint, this one's for you. This came off of our website from Allison Lurch. How does Goal support students with social emotional needs?
Okay, that's a great question, Allison. So to support our students' social and emotional needs, when students enroll at Goal High School, one of the first things we do is we ask students to take a student needs survey. And that really helps to provide from the student's perspective anything that through the year they know they might need, or any type of supports that they know they're going to need coming into our blended online environment. We have a robust team of what we call social emotional generalists, which work with students to help connect them with community resources and help to connect them with anything that they might need. We also have a fully staffed team of counselors and counseling assistants. And our counselors and counseling assistants will work with students not only on their academic plans, but also work with them through different types of groups to maybe overcome anxiety, help with organization, if maybe that's something that students are struggling with, that can really help them to make sure that they have the tools and skills they need to be successful not only in high school, but even after high school. And then we also have statewide social workers that work here at Goal. And our statewide social workers will step in and support when students are in crisis. So if something comes up that has escalated, a statewide social worker will be able to step in, support that student, and also support that student's family to get the resources that they need so that they can continue to move forward in a positive way. We know here at Goal that there's times that things happen in everybody's lives where they need that little extra support. And we feel like our environment really provides that for our students and families, and also provides a welcoming environment to be able to not only work on our academics towards success, but also help students work through some of the social emotional things they have going on in that moment of time so that they can continue to move forward in a positive way. So I hope that answers, Allison.
Thanks, Jill. We have another question from our website, and this one is from Dr. Jones, from Ms. Heidi Hernandez. How has Goal reacted to and handled this unique pandemic we're in?
You know, that's a great question, and I even made a note to myself that I wanted to point out some of the things that we're doing. First, too, I want to point out with the videos that we're sharing, those are filmed from past events that we've had at our Goal sites. And so in being able to react to the COVID-19 pandemic and to be able to still keep our sites open, what we have put in place are very clear guidelines for staff and students to follow all staff members, when they're in our goal sites, are required to wear their mask. The students are required to wear their mask as well. We take temperatures as they come in the door to ensure that no one has a temperature when they're entering into our sites. And we also have COVID symptom related questions that we ask all staff members and students. And our staff members actually are sent those questions so that if they answer yes to any of those symptoms, they should not be coming into the sites. And the same with the students. We've tried to post all of the COVID-related symptoms so that anyone who is experiencing any of those symptoms, it's so important for them not to come into the site and risk exposing someone with COVID-like symptoms, and they could possibly be asymptomatic. So we're trying to be very cautious. We've also provided our sites with the plastic plexiglass shields in talking to one another. We have socially distanced our furniture in this setting right now. We are all socially distanced well beyond the 6 feet, and that's why we can take our mask off to be able to present this evening. But in our sites, we do expect the mask to be worn and ask that people not get in too close proximity to one another as they're working. And all of our cleaning materials have been recommended by the CDC and the health department. And if we were to have a positive test, then we have sanitizing machines that we go into the site to do a thorough sanitizing of the sites before people return to the site. So we're working hard and we're learning a lot. There's still a lot of unknowns, and so we update our protocols as we get new information from our partners at the health department.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Definitely some unique times and some unique situations that we're all facing. We'll take one more question under this topic, and Ms. Toussaint, about how many students come into the sites daily?
So that is a great question, Ramon. So our sites are used, frequently by students. On any given day, it really can vary depending on the amount of students that site serves. But on average, we'll see anywhere from 10 to 20% of that student body that will utilize the site on any given day. So if you have a site that's roughly serving 200 students, we can have anywhere from 20 to 40 students that will utilize that site during the day. The one thing that we've learned about our sites is that those student populations that utilize the sites daily are not usually consistent, because students have the freedom to be able to come in when they need to come in, to receive help when they need to receive help. It really allows for a different population on any given day. There are some students that prefer to use sites consistently, and there are other students that will pop in and out just depending on their need. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic right now, as we are working through these interesting and different times, we have asked our students to be on one of our 2 cohort teams. So all of our staff are serving on one of 2 cohorts, either a blue cohort or a green cohort. Go Gladiators with our blue and green colors. And because of that, we're also asking students to serve on either a blue or green to utilize the site. And we're doing that to really try to mitigate risk as much as we possibly can, and also to allow for us to keep our capacity within a reasonable number as being advised by the Colorado Health Department. So we're really trying to work within those situations to provide that. As we move forward, depending on how the landscape changes, that could change. But as of right now, our blue teams are in our sites on Monday and Wednesday and Friday, or every other Friday. And then our green teams are in our sites on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and every other Friday. So our academic coaches and teachers are on those teams, and they're making sure students know what team they are on, and also what days that means that they can be in the sites to utilize that for support. So thank you for the question.
Thanks, Jill. And just a reminder to everyone out there, if ever you feel the need to enroll, please visit our website, goalac.org, and click on Enroll Now and get your enrollment process started. Going on to the next one, we're going to share another video here. This video is titled Knowledge is Power. And you'll see some testimonials here from our staff and our students. And just a reminder that some of this footage was pre-COVID, so you might see some social distancing not being intact. It's just because the footage was from a previous year. So enjoy the video.
I genuinely subscribe to the idea that knowledge is power. And I want to be a person who empowers young people, especially young people who haven't really been told that they are powerful and they are good enough, they are strong.
I started noticing a lot of students who, were in the same situation as I was when I was in high school, which was being a teen parent. And I wanted to be there for them.
I can see myself like in each one of them as far as, getting those second chances, getting that guidance.
Being a student at Goal for me was really convenient. It helped my situation at home. The guidance, I needed it. And I don't think I would have went to college if it wasn't for their concurrent enrollment program.
So if I didn't find Goal Academy, I would be a dropout. With Goal Academy, I've actually done better than my previous years in school. My mom is even shocked because like all my assignments are getting in on time.
At my old school, it was all computer and we couldn't see our teachers, and that was really hard for me.
The blended model gives students something that they would be missing if it was only online. The fact that they can still come in and see us, we can still nurture that whole person. We can give them face-to-face skills.
You get to see who you're talking to. It's like last year, I'd be on the phone with a teacher and I'd just say, yeah.
You see them in person and you bring your computer and you show them what's the problem and you have them next to you and they can guide you through what's going on.
The advantage of having a blended school, so having an actual site for the students to come into, is the fact that they're learning like communication skills, they're learning social skills, they're learning how to come to me and ask me questions, and they're learning to be little leaders.
So the ability to kind of mix those two, as opposed to just strictly delivering content and then goodbye.
We have this idea in our head that there's only one type of school. You have to go to this institute and you can't have any other options, but Goal is that option.
Well, I want to affect change within our students, because one day the student that we have here I'm working with, they're going to be working with my son.
Helping a student who was told that they were dumb, that they don't amount to anything, that they're never going to graduate, and changing their mind, going from MIA to almost exited to graduating within the same year.
When people say, opportunity only knocks once, I say, do this, adjust your view on life, and let's set some goals, and let's achieve those goals.
It just takes listening to a student for them to feel empowered, to feel, like they belong.
Once I walked in through the doors, it just felt like home.
And welcome back, everyone. What an amazing video, and what an amazing job our team does with the production of these videos. Now we're going to talk about our graduation and what it takes to graduate here from Goal High School. So Dr. Jones, you want to talk to us about graduation, please?
I would be delighted to. And so I mentioned earlier, our students come to us for a wide variety of reasons. They also come to us at the different grade levels in high school. And we find many of our students come in their 12th grade year where they maybe have just a few credits to graduate. And the beauty of Goal is we will develop a personalized plan for each and every student. So whether you're a freshman joining us or a senior struggling and not being able to complete their credits in their senior year and not going to be able to graduate on time, we will develop a plan to help you work through all of those challenges and make certain that you graduate successfully from our high school. We are fully accredited by the state of Colorado, which means that our courses and our high school diploma is recognized by all of our community colleges, all of our colleges and universities, and the military. So you can come with full confidence that when you take our courses, they should transfer to any high school and be accepted at the college level. And when you also come, we're going to do our best to accept all the courses that you have already taken and successfully passed, so that we can give you as much credit as possible getting started with your program of studies here at Goal. So we will develop a personalized plan for you, and Jill is going to share a little bit more about the different kinds of diplomas that you can earn.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. So at Goal High School, we have 2 pathways for our students to choose from to start working towards their high school diploma. We have what we call our Goal 22, which would be pretty similar to a traditional pathway that you would do in any Colorado high school. It's 22 credits to graduate. Like I said before, our students would take 3 courses per quarter per school year, which would get them well to that 22 credits in a 4-year period. However, we know we have students that do come to us that are maybe in their junior year or senior year, and so our counseling team works really hard on that individual plan for students to really articulate what has a student taken and what do they still need to take to graduate from Goal High School. In the areas in which the Goal 22 requires, and you can also find this on our website, if you go to goalac.org and you click on student information, there is graduation information, and that really breaks down what you need to graduate from Goal. Similar to a lot of schools in the state, we require 4 credits in English, 3 credits in math, 3 credits in social studies, 2 credits in science, a half a credit of health, a half a credit of PE, and 9 credits towards your electives to graduate. We're also working very hard with our students to not only have those 22 credits, but to have something in addition to those 22 credits when they graduate. So a large majority of Goal students graduate either with college credit that they've taken and earned through our Concurrent Enrollment program that we're going to talk a little bit more about soon, or they graduate with their high school diploma along with a workforce certificate. And that workforce certificate is recognized in the state of Colorado by many businesses that a student can walk in, say after high school, their pathway is straight into a career field. They can walk into their job and they can say, not only have I graduated from high school and I have these requirements met to have a high school diploma, but I also earned this workforce certificate. And that provides to their employer that they have some sound skills in the areas of reading and mathematics to be able to do that job at a high functioning level for a student coming straight out of high school. So we really work hard to make sure and encourage our students to have something in addition to their diploma. So we work with a lot of partnerships that we're going to talk about here in the future, or here in the next portion of our agenda here today. One thing our graduating students really talk a lot about, and you've been able to see, is that we do offer graduation ceremonies. So one of the big questions we get from parents is, being that you're an online blended school, will our students be able to participate in a live ceremony? And the answer to that is yes. So historically, we've always offered and we've always held amazing graduation ceremonies for our students to get the opportunity to graduate and walk across that stage and earn their high school diploma. So that's something that we like to share with families, that is something we still do as an online school. Our second pathway to graduation is what we call our senior recovery pathway. And so I'm sure you've been seeing the scrolls across the bottom, where Goal offers a pathway for students to be able to recover credits and graduate. So our senior recovery program is for any student who's classified as a 12th grader or higher and is overaged and undercredited. So what does overaged, undercredited mean? It means a student who's in either their traditional 4th year of high school and has less than 16 credits, when they start here at Goal, or a student who's maybe in their 5th, 6th, or 7th year of high school and is really looking to re-engage with a public school and be able to complete a program within a year's time and graduate with a diploma. Our senior recovery pathway does just that. If a student comes in very undercredited, it is a program that you can complete in 1 year. It is a competency-based program. So students come in and they will be assigned to senior recovery courses. Within those courses, students have the opportunity to show what they already know. So as a student, if you've already taken, say, biology, for example, and you took it at your school and you maybe didn't pass it because maybe you didn't turn in the homework or maybe your attendance wasn't so great, but you were there and you were present in class and you retained a lot of the information in that biology class. The senior recovery program is great because you can start by taking a pre-assessment and you get to show what you know. And what you know, you have credit for in that class. And what you still need to build in those competencies are what are assigned to you to continue to work through. So a lot of our students love this as an option because it allows them to take those courses, to show what they know, and to graduate in a year's time. Our senior recovery program requires 8.5 credits to graduate. It is an intense program for any student out there that is thinking about senior recovery, but it is well worth the time and the effort if you are looking to recover credits and get graduated in 1 year's time. So it's a great option. For both our Goal 22 and our senior recovery programs, please feel free to jump onto the website and take a deeper look into those programs and the requirements of those programs, and reach out to us at goalac.org or drop into one of our 36 drop-in centers where a staff member at a site can talk to you and work with you. Counselors can even take a look at your transcripts and give you a pretty good idea on what pathway is the best pathway and what pathway would be a great choice for you when enrolling at Goal. So, and with that, Ramon, do we have any questions about graduation?
We do have some questions. And Jill, thank you for that recap. It seems like we almost have a program for any situation you have coming into school.
We do.
So what a great opportunity. We do have a few questions. The first one for you, Dr. Jones, is coming in from Mr. Larry Gonzalez. And it's a tough question. Don't know if we have the answer right now. But do you know if we will have an in-person graduation next year?
Wow. No, I can't answer that today. And unfortunately, Jill was talking about our live ceremonies, and they are absolutely beautiful. This past spring, though, as we all remember, we had to close our sites. I want to say it was like March 13th. I'll always remember that day that we made the decision that we would go totally virtual, following the guidance from CDC and from our local health departments. And so unfortunately, we were not able to have our live ceremony this past spring. But what all of our sites did was work really hard to come up with very unique ways to recognize the graduates. Everything from yard signs to gift baskets to just little mini ceremonies as they came to the site to pick up their diploma. And we distributed the caps and gowns. We felt that was extremely important for students to still be able to have their photos and be able to establish memories based upon their graduation from high school last spring. But we were all disappointed not to be able to do the live ceremonies. And I do want to say, if you look on our website, our digital media team did an amazing job of capturing what a live ceremony would have felt like, with student speeches and student performances and the recognition of each graduate with their photo and their name announced in the videos. And so those were keepsakes that the families could have. But this spring, we'll keep our fingers crossed. If there's any way possible, we want to have the live ceremonies. But we have to follow the guidelines that are given to us at that time. And we work really hard to put out the communications so everyone knows how to plan as early as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. And we have a question from Facebook from Tilly Romero for you, Jill.
Okay.
How many credits do you need to graduate from Goal High School? And the second part of that, is it the same as other high schools?
All right, that's a great question, Tilly. So to graduate from Goal High School, depending on the pathway in which you choose, working with the counselor that's best for you, you need 22 credits to graduate from our Goal 22, which we consider our traditional pathway, or you need 8.5 credits to graduate from Senior Recovery, which is our competency-based pathway where students work through their curriculum, show what they know, and essentially check off their competencies to be able to provide to the state that you have met the state standards and complete that program within a year's time. As far as are they equivalent to what other schools do, credits sometimes are a little different. So you have certain high schools around the state of Colorado that a 1 semester course would be worth a full credit, or a 1 semester course would be worth a half a credit. And essentially you'll see schools that will have anywhere from 22 credits like Goal does to like 24 credits, or schools that will be up into the 40s, so 44 credits to 46 credits, which essentially doubles our credits. But it depends on how they offer the credits within their school year and their semester. So what we do at Goal is we of course collect those transcripts of the previous school or schools that you have been at, and we articulate those over to Goal Academy high school credits and articulate them into our 22 credit model. So that way we can work on those based on were they a semester long course, were they a year long course, and make sure that you're getting credit for everything that you've done in your past towards your future here at Goal.
Thank you, Jill. We do have another question I'm going to ask you from a Facebook user here.
Sure.
Why is Goal's model better than remote learning we are seeing in other districts?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. So I don't know if I would particularly say better, but I would say more seasoned and established. I think one of the things that is great about Goal High School is that the model in which we function as an online blended model is our model. It is our preferred model, and it is the way we have served students across the state of Colorado for the last 13 years. Online learning can be an amazing tool when done really, really well, but it has to be very well thought out and have a platform and technology that support it well to stop frustration of students. And here at Goal High School, that is one thing that we do provide very well, and we do think that we provide better than most. But we really feel like choosing Goal High School needs to be a choice made by students and families because it is what's best for that student and that family. One of the reasons that we're hosting this live event tonight is to be able to provide, answers to questions about our model and how we are different. Because we've been operating in the space of online and blended for over 13 years, there's a lot of things we've learned over 13 years. Things that work really well that we've continued to do and have stayed consistent and true to, and things that we have found that don't work so great, that were frustrating or didn't work well for students, and we were able to change on the fly to help provide a better environment. So Goal Academy is a public, online, statewide charter school. So we are a public school, we are public funded, and we are a charter school. And one of the unique things about being a charter school is that we have our own autonomous board. And that allows for us to work in a space to really support students very uniquely and be able to put them and work with students as individuals based on their individual plans and their individual needs. And that's very different than what we see in some of the traditional models around the state of Colorado. Dr. Jones or Ramon, do you guys have anything to add to that one?
No.
Dr. Jones, please.
No, Jill has, I think, described it very well. it's very difficult to just turn on a dime, if you will, and create an online program. And what I have seen since I've joined Goal High School is that our teachers truly know how to communicate with our students and to assist. Our orientations, I think, are a very important part of our program, because we work with the student to help them learn how to actually go onto online platforms and to understand about their logins, how to turn in assignments. Just the simple things that you take for granted. And our teachers know how to provide instruction. They develop their own lesson plans, so it's not, you're not signing up for like a canned program where they just go through programmatically coursework that just goes from lesson to lesson. Our teachers truly teach in an online environment, and I think that is a real important piece when you're looking for an online program, that you're going to get the personalized help from the teachers, and you're also going to get that support that we're providing from our coaches. Our coaches are like school moms and dads, I call them, because they stay on top of the students to make certain that they're signing in, that they're checking in each and every day, that they're completing their assignments, and they're staying and pacing themselves to stay on track to finish their course by the end of a quarter. And that's a real important piece too, because working online, I mean, you're in a very independent environment, which is very different than the traditional classroom. And so someone needs to be there to help encourage and to help students stay on track to complete their courses.
And that was a great question. And we have one more question, Ms. Toussaint, if you don't mind.
Sure.
This is from our website, from Tasha De Herrera. What does blended online mean?
All right. So that's a great question, Tasha. So thank you for asking that. I think at times, you know, in education, we say the words, but we don't always provide great definition to them. So blended online is really providing that online curriculum and that online structure where students can work asynchronized through their curriculum, work individually with teachers, and work with other students by responding to posts and working completely online. The blended portion is where our drop-in sites come in. So students can come in for face-to-face help. Students can come in to complete maybe a lesson or a lab with other students and have that blended model so that they can work with other youth their age. You can work with students your age to be able to do labs or do some activities, or maybe help to proofread each other's papers for an English class, and really be able to provide that structure of face-to-face. And that's really what the blended is it mixes online with face-to-face. We have some students that, like I said before, love the blended aspect, and they'll use the sites consistently throughout their quarters and throughout the school year to work with other students and to work with Goal staff members. And then we have students that love just being fully online, and they might only come in to a local drop-in center once or twice a school year. And one of those times will probably be for enrollment and orientation, and the second time might be for state testing, because like all public high schools, Goal is required to proctor state assessments. So 9th grade students take the PSAT 9, 10th grade students take the PSAT 10, and 11th grade students take the SAT, and we do host those and proctor those at drop-in centers. And so it really provides the flexibility for the student to choose how do they want to engage in the online blended model. Do they want to really be fully online and work through Teams and work through chats and access teachers and coaches completely digital? Or do they want to pull in some of that blended and be able to have some of that face-to-face contact and come into sites to work with staff members and other students? And I think that's the wonderful part about being a Goal High School student, is you really have a lot of choice on how you want your education to look and how you want to work with others to help you through your high school diploma education. So hopefully that answered that question. Thanks, Ramon.
Yes, ma'am. And we have a really good question that came in right from our website from Joseph Wormington. Does a student need to attend GOAL all 4 years to graduate, or reaching 22 credits sufficient enough to graduate?
Oh yeah, so students definitely don't have to attend GOAL all 4 years to graduate. We have lots of students that choose to come to GOAL only as 12th graders. And like I said before, sometimes students will be here for just 1 year, and they'll have, you know, a pretty good amount of credits that will transfer in towards the 22 plan, and they might need to take anywhere from 4 to 5 courses at GOAL, or 2.5 credits at GOAL to graduate in 1 year. And other times students will be here for all 4 years because they started in their freshman year at GOAL. One of the amazing things about our programs and the work that we do with our students is it really provides students a great pathway towards their high school diploma. Whether that means you only need to take 2 or 3 classes with GOAL Academy to graduate, or it means you're going to take all 22 credits with GOAL Academy to graduate, or you come and you do our senior recovery program, and it provides you that competency-based high school diploma towards your graduation. So hopefully I answered that one, and that's a great question. Thank you for asking.
Thanks again, Jill, for your answer. We do have another question hot off our website from Erica Harris. This one is: the online curriculum GOAL requires equivalent to a regular high school?
So yes, so our online curriculum that GOAL requires is built to align to the Colorado state standards. So our teachers work with our TOSAs, which are our teachers on special assignment, to ensure that all of our curriculum aligns to all Colorado standards for that content. So that provides the teacher the ability, as it would in any traditional schooling, to take standards, to see what students need to know and what the state is telling us they need to know to be a program that's aligned to those standards, and build the curriculum from that. That's one of the amazing things about our GOAL teachers, is that they really know their curriculum and know their Colorado standards. And no 2 courses might be the same. You could have an English teacher that teaches students in the northeastern area that Dr. Jones was talking about up in Greeley that's teaching English 9, or an English teacher here in the Pueblo area that's teaching English 9. And one thing we know here at GOAL is that both of those teachers are teaching to the same standards, but they might not be teaching those standards exactly the same, because they're highly qualified or licensed teachers in the state of Colorado, and they get to use that craft to develop that curriculum, to reach students and check for understandings to ensure that the students have the skills they need to pass those courses. So we do not use a provided curriculum. We use our teachers and our highly qualified and licensed staff to teach the standards and use the curriculum and build the curriculum of their choice to provide a really enriching experience for students. So students don't just log on and watch videos and click through and answer questions, and watch videos and click through and answer questions. They get the ability to interact. There's some videos, there is some questions, there's some constructive responses in the curriculum. So it is really a very well-rounded curriculum to help students get the skills that they need.
Thank you, Jill. Very well said. And everyone out there in the audience, great questions. If you do have questions, keep them coming. If you're on our website, simply type it in the Ask a Question box there, and we'll get to that question. Or if you're listening on Facebook, go ahead and type a comment there on our live feed, and we'll get those questions answered as soon as we can. Every year, GOAL High School, we offer a statewide professional development, which we call Kickoff. This year, unfortunately, we had to do it virtually. And the highlight of every kickoff is our student panel, and this year was no exception. Each region, the 6 different regions that GOAL High School is divided into, selected one student to represent their region and represent our school on a student panel. And our wonderful AV team back there did a great job in capturing some of the highlights of that student panel. So gentlemen, if you would please. Alyssa, why did you choose Goal High School?
So I chose Goal High School because the traditional high school in my area wouldn't allow me to take any college classes as a sophomore. Goal actually gave me the opportunity to get on with my life and actually start college when I was ready, and to also pay for my college, which was really nice living at a low middle class family.
I chose Goal just kind of because traditional high school wasn't really fitting my learning needs. The classrooms were always really loud. I couldn't really focus. I always had to leave the room or something to figure out where I could be in a quiet space to do my work. As well as I also needed more time to take my tests and such, and it was always really hard for teachers to accommodate to that.
I chose Goal High School because of my public schooling was not going so well for me. From learning and to bullying from other students, I just couldn't fit in well. And we looked all around for other high schools, but nothing else showed up. And then one day we just decided to go look around again, and we found Goal High School. And I decided to go in there, and they offered so much more, and they made me feel like I actually fit in more. And I just decided to go in and never regretted it.
When I found Goal, I saw that I was able to complete my work when I wanted to. So I slowly got out of that mindset of I can't do this, and I got really good at getting my work done, something I haven't been good at in years.
I think what I like most is how personable the staff is there. It makes you feel like you're the only student there. And it's really nice when you're having help because the teachers will reach out to you and all that stuff.
Some things I like about Goal Academy is that it's able to bring kids in and actually find people that want to make it in their lives. So now actually try to. Some schools will just say whatever and they'll just let you try to figure it out yourself. This one will help you on the way and actually hold your hand and help you every step of the way so you actually have a fulfilling career and nice school time and you're able to get out nice and clean.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Our students are truly amazing and they are a huge part of our success here at Goal High School. Now we're going to go into our next topic, which is our post-secondary and Thrive options. Ms. Toussaint, would you please explain to us a little bit about our Thrive program and concurrent enrollment options?
Sure. So as we talked about a little bit in our graduation pathways and the options that students have towards graduation, one of the big portions of that is sitting down and having those individualized student plans. So not only do we learn what pathway is best, either Goal 22 or Senior Recovery, we also work with students to develop what we call their Thrive program. And their Thrive program really helps us to develop their individual career and academic plan. And we do that through some surveys with students and conversations with students, some career exploration, and really trying to figure out what is it that the student is interested in doing, not only while still in high school, but also continuing after high school. We really strongly believe here at Goal High School that it is the student's choice as to what pathway they choose to go on. But we want to be able to make sure we can provide as many choices as possible. And those choices come in the forms of concurrent enrollment, which allows our students to concurrently enroll in high school and college at the same time, or they come in career and technical education. So programs that will help students to prepare for a career after high school, or prepare for maybe some type of post-secondary work continuing after high school in the areas of workforce certificates or industry recognized certificates. Many of our students take advantage of these two programs while developing their Thrive program. We just really want to make sure that students have a good idea of what are their steps and what are the next steps after they graduate with their high school diploma. because as we know, your high school diploma is your stepping stone into adulthood. And so we want to make sure that that transition is as easy as possible. So let's talk a little bit about those Thrive programs that I mentioned. So the first one is our Concurrent Enrollment program. So our Concurrent Enrollment program allows our students to enroll in college courses to start working towards either a career and technical education certification, maybe something like welding or cosmetology. Or they can start working towards an associate's degree, maybe an Associates of Arts or an Associates of Science. And then many times our students, as working towards their associate's degree, will express to the counseling staff that they're really interested in going towards a bachelor's degree. So our staff can really help our students to navigate that concurrent enrollment program to ensure that they're taking courses depending on what it is that they want to do. In the state of Colorado, we have amazing articulations between our community college system and our state university schools. And that articulation allows for students to take courses at the community college level that are called guaranteed transfer credits. So if students are working towards a bachelor's degree and they know that ultimately that bachelor's degree is what they want to work towards, they can start taking those credits as early as their freshman year with Goal High School to start earning those towards a bachelor's degree. And if they take guaranteed transfer credits, those credits are guaranteed to transfer into any of our state universities. We also have students that know the associate's degree is their path. So working with our counseling team, we outline what associates they're interested in, what is their career field, what do they see themselves wanting to do after high school, and what type of work are they interested in. And they can start taking those courses at one of our local community colleges across the state of Colorado. And then we also have career and technical education. And our students have two options for career and technical education. They can take courses at community colleges that are offered in the area of career and technical education that will earn industry recognized certifications, maybe such as welding. Or they can take career and technical education courses that are offered here at Goal. So Goal Academy this school year is offering and has started an information technology CTE program, where students can start working towards industry certified certifications in IT and in coding and things of that nature. So they really have some options in the CTE pathways. One of the amazing things about our concurrent enrollment programs and any of those classes that students want to take at a local community college is that we have articulation agreements with almost every community college in the state of Colorado. And if we don't have an articulation agreement with one of the ones that you want to go to, then we can get one. That's an amazing part of our legislation here in the state. It allows for Goal High School to work with all of the community colleges and several of the universities around the state to be able to provide those options for enrollment to our Goal students. A lot of people ask, how much does concurrent enrollment cost? So here's one of the amazing things about Goal. Is Goal Academy pays for our students' tuition, fees, and books towards those classes. So depending on what the student needs in that semester and what the student needs towards that career and technical education program or that associate's program or that work towards their bachelor's program, working with our counselors, students are advised and scheduled appropriately in concurrent enrollment programs based on the need of their program, how long it will take. Is it a 1-semester program? Is it a 3-semester program? To start working towards those different levels of education. And when a counselor works with a student through that process, Goal is committed to paying the tuition, the fees, and the books for those courses that the counselor knows will benefit that student towards their post-secondary option or applies towards their individualized Thrive program. Outside of our Thrive programs that I explained, we also have some other programs that we work towards to help students really prepare for industry. We work with some private cosmetology programs around the state to be able to earn a cosmetology license. We work with many CNA programs around the state of Colorado, and some of those CNA programs only take 4 weeks to complete. And students can be a certified nurse nurse aide assistant, and they can start working in that field even while still in high school. Because remember, you're enrolled in an online program. So you can do your work as a CNA and start earning money towards your family and money that you need to support yourself maybe, and also complete your high school diploma while doing so. We also work with an amazing program called Perfect World Music Studio. This program is a program that our students have learned to love over the last 2 years. It helps them to learn about the music industry, how to produce music, how to write music, how to compose music, and they've really learned a lot of valuable skills if the music industry is something that you're interested in doing. This program right now doesn't have an articulation with the college, but the program is working really hard to turn many of these courses that students can take through Goal High School into college credit towards a music program and a bachelor's of music arts at a college level. So those are just a few programs that we offer through our career and technical education and concurrent enrollment options. When students graduate from Goal, 96% of our graduating class will graduate not only with their high school diploma, but also with something in addition to their diploma, whether that be an industry recognized certification, a workforce certification, college credit that they earn towards their that they earn during a concurrent enrollment program, or something in addition to their high school diploma. So those are a great option for our students and really help to give our students a good step into their future after graduating from Goal High School. So I'd love to take some questions if we have any when it comes to our Thrive programs and our post-secondary options that we provide here.
We do have some questions, Jill, and you hit you must hit a hot topic because we have a lot of questions flowing in.
I love it. I love
so-
this topic, so it's amazing.
Dr. Jones, this one came in off our website. Does Goal pay for college courses all at once, or do the families pay for it and then get reimbursed?
No, we pay for the courses, and so if a Goal family were to get a bill, they just need to reach out to us because we'll pay it. We don't expect families to incur the cost and then be reimbursed.
Thank you for that clarification. Ms. Toussaint, we have one for you. This is a good question here. When I'm in concurrent enrollment, do I get to choose the college I go to?
So yes, so as a part of our concurrent enrollment program, you do get to choose the concurrent enrollment or the college that you do enroll in. The majority of our students do choose the either community college that we have an articulation with or maybe the university that we have an articulation with that is closest to them, because the majority of our Goal students do like to take on-campus college courses. And so they do that for ease of being able to get to that campus either 2 or 3 days a week, depending on when they're scheduled. However, we know that there are certain community colleges that offer certain programs that maybe your local community college does not offer. And if that is the case or the situation, students would be able to enroll at a different community college to be able to take that program. Now, if that's within driving distance, that is something that, and it is an in-person program that we would have to consider, obviously. Or if it were an online program, Goal does cover concurrent enrollment or college courses that are offered online through community colleges or through the Colorado Community College system for online courses. So I hope I answered that clear.
I think you did, Jill. And we have another similar question to that, in that same vein there. Do I take college courses at Goal, or do I attend them in the college or at the university, and are they in person or virtual?
Okay. So like I said, we love to give Goal students lots of options because we definitely want you to be a big part of your education and how you're being educated. So you can do all of those things. So we do have college classes that are offered at many of our Goal locations that are taught by Goal teachers that are serving as adjunct professors for local community colleges and or universities. We also have students that will choose to take college classes on the college campus, and they will go to that community college, maybe Front Range Community College or Pikes Peak or Pueblo Community College or the Community College of Denver, whichever one is closest to where they live, to be able to take in-person college courses. And then we will have many students that love online learning, and they will take online college courses just like they take online high school courses through Goal High School. So we really give the option to our student depending on what type of learning they feel is best for their post-secondary options while participating in our concurrent enrollment program. Lots of options, Ramon, lots of options.
Sounds like it. Thank you, and again, ladies and gentlemen, great questions. Also, if we sparked your interest, you want to enroll with us, please visit our website at goalac.org and click on the Enroll Now button to start your educational journey with Goal. And if you have any other questions, please, on our website, use the Ask Question box there on Facebook. Please just type in a comment. Now we're going to go to a short video going a little bit deeper into our concurrent enrollment process.
Are you in high school, but you want to get started taking college courses? You're not alone. At Goal High School, we specialize in concurrent enrollment. We have partnerships with colleges and universities all across the state of Colorado. You can start earning college credit as early as your freshman year, and Goal will pay for your tuition, books, and fees. Get started pursuing your dreams today. Our school counselors are ready to assist you. Enroll today.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for that, and welcome back. I know we have a lot of unique, a lot of big programs, but I know there's some individual and unique programs that we'd like to talk about as well. And Dr. Jones, you're going to touch on those here in a second, but before we touch on those other opportunities we have, we would love to share a video of our esports teams. They won last year. They were our state champs, and they were national runner-up in our in the electronic league. I'm sorry, I don't know the correct verbiage, but we have an amazing video showcasing our esports teams. Please enjoy.
I had no motivation to do my school classes, so this gives me a lot of motivation.
And they also help each other, so they know kids that, you know, maybe one week they were ineligible, then they get around them and say, okay, what do we need to do to help you get your grades up?
I didn't have good grades. I genuinely didn't care. And then, you know, I got told gaming club's now going to be a thing. We're implementing it. You have to have good grades. You can't be a bad student. And I'm actually caring now because I have something to work for.
It motivates me a ton. I take all college classes at PCC, and I make sure I get everything done so I can play every Friday.
They have each other's back.
It's a great opportunity all around to give people incentive to have their work done, to socialize.
Being part of the esports team has helped me get a lot of friendships. I've got to know my partner Colin a lot better.
It's got to get me to know them and talk to them outside of school.
Well, one of the rules in the league is they all have to come together in one site.
So my friend Gabe, I didn't know him before, and now we're really close.
It's really cool. It's a really great opportunity to make friends that you probably wouldn't otherwise have.
It's not just a game, not just fun. There's schools that are reaching out saying, we're looking for kids. We have scholarships available for esports.
Being able to play video games, just not at home, but at school and on a team in an actual competitive setting where you feel like you're getting somewhere, is really great.
Just video games in general and esports will bring everyone together because of the similar interests.
When you're on an esports team, you have to show up, you have to engage, you have to have teamwork.
You're actually going for something. You want to like win a tournament or something, and you want to show your school and make them proud.
I come to the goal site and we play, and we're talking, we're communicating, we're developing strategies, different plays to do and how to win.
Because I've shown up to every practice, I've sat down with all the team members.
I think Goal, bringing esports, it makes sense.
I'm glad they really did bring in the esports. It's really cool, and I think it's going to be really good for the school.
And that esports is pretty intense. When they were here last year competing in the national championship, I don't know what I was watching, but it was exciting and the kids were really into it, and it was just a great environment to be in. We are getting some questions coming in off Facebook and our website. We will answer those questions at the end here, but we definitely wanted to give our other opportunities some time of attention. So Dr. Jones, can you talk to us about our other opportunities, please?
Absolutely. And before I launch into other opportunities, I want to just mention about the esports. I was a skeptic, to be perfectly honest, about bringing the esports in and playing computer games, but it is so much more than just what we all consider playing computer games. Those students were an amazing team, and the way they communicated with each other while they were competing, and the skills, the strategies that they had to develop to continue winning was just absolutely remarkable. And I couldn't be more proud of the students and the way they handled themselves and worked really hard to bring home the state championship and the national runner-up, which was absolutely amazing when we hadn't even done esports for a full, complete school year. So we're expanding the program. It's going to be available in all of our drop-in centers. The nice machines that are gaming machines that the students will be able to utilize to develop their intramural teams and then hopefully go on to play other schools throughout the state and the country. So one of the things I've just been amazed about Goal is, again, we are so much more than just an online school. There are so many activities and things that the staff have worked really hard to put together to create those opportunities for students to be able to work together, to meet each other, to socialize, and to have that feel of what I would consider a more traditional school. We have student councils, we have National Honor Society, we have opportunities that the staff put together for community service. We've gone out and done the American Red Cross Sound the Alarm campaign as teams working with the American Red Cross. And they really are unique to the sites and the interests of the sites, depending on the locations and the things that actually occur in a community. And anytime a student would have an idea of a club or activity that they would like to help initiate in a site, that's always welcome. And our teachers, our academic coaches, and all of our counselors and staff work with our students to come up with those activities that would be meaningful. We also try to offer opportunities for parents to be involved, because we think that's extremely important for you to be a part of your students' education or your child's education. And so we always welcome you coming into the sites and participating in the activities that we try to and offer our students. Goal Ventures is also a very unique program where the students actually go on week-long trips and to various parts of the country, and the curriculum is developed. They earn credits for participating in the Goal Ventures program, and it's really experiential learning at its finest, where the students are able to take these trips and talk about the bonding of students with each other on those trips. We've taken the students to what we call Goal Day at the Capitol, and we go annually up to our Capitol in Denver and take at least 30 to 35 students with us. And typically there are students who've also been going on the Goal Venture trips. And it is absolutely amazing what we learn. We get to interact with legislators and our State Board of Education members. And it's just truly an honor. Our very own Senator Garcia, who's president of the Senate, has welcomed and spoken to our students, as well as our students being able to go on the floors of the House and the Senate. So just a lot of neat activities and opportunities for the students to not just take their online courses, but also have these experiences that make for a well-rounded high school education. I also would like to mention that we are a Microsoft Showcase school, and that's a tremendous honor. There's only 500 Microsoft Showcase schools in the entire world, and Goal High School is one of those schools that have been recognized. And what that has done is opened up many opportunities for access to Microsoft products, for training, professional development for our teachers, and all sorts of wonderful tools that our students can use, technology tools that they can use while they're learning and working on their assignments. And so just couldn't be more proud that the staff here has worked really hard to put together the program that was honored and recognized by Microsoft.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. And we do have a few questions here. The first one is for either one of you. It's from Joseph off our website. How do I go about joining esports?
Well, it's my understanding that each of the sites has a point person who will be serving. We have a coach that's a statewide coach, but then also staff that have been designated and trained to help the students get started with the esports there at their sites. So what I would encourage you to do is just to reach out to your local site that you're signing up for, and they'll be able to sign you up for the teams and get you started in using the esports machines.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, we do still have some time for your question to be submitted. So again, if you're on our website, the Ask Question Now button will work, or on Facebook, just type in a comment. We do have a few questions that came in off of Facebook, and Jill, this one is right up your alley.
Okay.
Involve concurrent enrollment again.
Okay.
Do I have to be a certain year or have a certain GPA to participate in concurrent enrollment?
All right, so that's a great question. You do not have to be a certain year, so students can start participating in the concurrent enrollment program as early as their freshman year of high school. As far as a GPA goes, we do not look at a GPA to make the determination. We really work closely with the student around what it is that they want to do, what are their goals towards post-secondary enrollment, what program are they looking at. The one thing that is required to participate in concurrent enrollment that's required by the community college system is students will have to have certain scores on what is called their AccuPlacer assessment. But those scores vary depending on what program you are looking to go into. So depending on if you're working towards an associate's degree or a career and technical education certification, they do vary in what scores you have to earn to start in those programs. So those are great questions, and we really encourage students that are interested in concurrent enrollment to pop into a local drop-in center, have some conversation about kind of what their goals are and what they might be looking at. At this point in the school year, since we are approaching the middle of September, most of the opportunities for this fall, there are still some opportunities. Many of the community colleges will do late enrollment semester that starts usually around the second week of October and will run up until the winter break. Those programs tend to be less, a little bit limited in what they offer because they are considered a late enrollment program. But if you're interested in concurrent enrollment and interested in the GOLD program, start in the fall, jump into some of those courses you need, and we can take a look at any of the late semester for fall, but we definitely know that spring semester starts at the beginning of January. And the team will really work on what your program is and what your options are and look to get you enrolled definitely in January, because we know January is when you're going to have the most option of what's being offered because that's a fresh start in the semester.
Thank you, Jill.
Yep.
And Dr. Jones, we be getting this question a lot on our website and Facebook, but we have 36 sites around the state. Are families and potential students available, or can they come in to see a site and see how it functions?
Absolutely. All of our sites are open and available to families. I would encourage you, it might be a good idea because of the circumstances that we're in with COVID-19 and the limitations that we're trying to do on staff and students in our sites. It would be extremely helpful if you would call ahead and make an appointment, but we would welcome you to come in and take a tour, see our sites in action, and get to meet the staff and learn more about our programs.
And for everyone out there, that phone number to call is 877-PRO-GOAL. So if you have a question or you want to set up an appointment to come look at our sites, please feel free to visit our website, goalac.org, or call 877-PRO-GOAL to set up an appointment to take a look at one of our 36 beautiful sites. Another hot question coming in, been asked multiple times, is I play sports at my current high school. Am I able to attend GOAL and still continue to play sports at my school? Jill?
Okay, so that's a great question, and the answer is yes. So because GOAL is a statewide charter school, if you or your student choose to enroll here at GOAL but still want to participate in athletics at their home school, they are welcome to do so. So if you play football or softball or baseball or basketball or swimming or any of those sports, you can still participate those at your local home school and continue down that path for sports and athletics. Also, I think Dr. Jones might want to talk a little bit about some options we have for families who are participating in athletics as far as fees and some different things go to help families out.
Oh, that's a great segue. Yes, we made the decision because it's our understanding that if you are considered an out-of-district student participating in your home sports, that the fees might be a little bit more than what is being charged to the students who are actually attending that school. So we made the commitment this fall that we will pay the athletic fees for the basic sports that are seasonal sports. There are a few club teams that are really something different, and we would need to discuss that. But if you're wanting to participate in a local seasonal sport at your high school, then we will pay the fees. What we would ask you to do as a parent is to go ahead and pay it and then submit for reimbursement, and we will reimburse those fees.
Thank you. And to kind of piggyback or get more clarification, another question came in. What if I want to participate in band or ROTC, something at my school? Can we provide those opportunities, or can I participate in those at my current school?
Awesome, sure. So I can take that one also. So when it comes to courses within traditional schools that are actual classes during the day, we do work to try to put together an articulation to have an agreement between the two schools, GOAL and whatever that school is that's maybe offering that band or choir course that you're interested in taking. The majority of the time, the school is very willing to work with GOAL to allow that. And that articulation essentially looks like us saying, GOAL student, for example, Ramon, would like to take band at your school, and we do an agreement so that it allows Ramon to take band there, and then we pay that school for you to be able to take a course during their traditional day. Most schools are very welcome to work with GOAL to do that. We have come across situations, however, where we have found traditional schools that aren't. So just to be very forthcoming, we will do everything we can to try to make a situation like that work that's in the best interest of the student. But do know that sometimes if the school we're trying to partner with does refuse to enter into that partnership, that might be a situation where we would not be able to do that then.
Thank you.
Yep.
Another question here from Facebook, and this goes for any student. My freshman is very interested in starting college. Who should we talk to at the sites and to start getting them in concurrent enrollment?
Awesome. Yep. So that's a great question. So we're asking that if you're a freshman, either they're already enrolled at Goal or you're considering enrolling them at Goal, please make sure that you are articulating that to our administrative assistant who does all of the enrollment paperwork, that your student is interested. That administrative assistant can send an email and contact the local counselor or counseling assistant to get your student scheduled to have that conversation with the counselor to start working through that individual plan. What are their interests? What are they thinking they want to take in college? Is the pathway that they want to get on and get started on? And that conversation really will happen between the parent, the student, and our local counselor or counseling assistant at the site.
So if you don't know who your counselor is, feel free to call the site or talk to your academic coach, and they will get you in touch with your licensed school counselor to explain all of our concurrent enrollment options or additional Thrive options.
Yep, awesome.
Wonderful.
For sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is 8 o'clock. That is the time that we have allotted for this Goal Live. Before we exit, I'd like to thank our CEO, Dr. Jones, for all of her expertise and her leadership in our school. And also, Ms. Jill Toussaint, our Chief Academic Officer, for answering those tough questions and giving us a great snapshot of all the opportunities that Goal has to offer. In closing here, I would like to thank everyone for joining us. We explained a lot about our programs, and we are very confident that after hearing this, we have a program that will fit your child's need. So if you do feel that you have questions for Goal, please call us, 1-877-PRO-GOAL. Visit our website, goalac.org, or feel free to visit one of our sites. We hope to see you real soon, and everyone stay safe and be healthy.